Hi guys, this is Relufe TV and of course this is Relufe Buzz Zone. You know how we do it on Buzz Zone. We talk about your favorite celebrities, social media scoop, of course, that one post that got like a lot of reactions on social media, and more importantly, celebrity gossip, basically entertainment gist. We talk about it, give our takes and of course insight into the stories. My name is AY with the double O, and of course without wasting much of your time, I'm going to be starting off with the gist soon. Let's get to it. All right, I'm going to be starting with Peggy Ovire, and yeah, of course, I started with Taye Arimoro last week, and of course, it's still the same story. Taye sued her 100 million naira, or filed a lawsuit of 100 million naira, and Peggy has finally broken silence. Now, she responded with saying that she wasn't going to apologize, and she also talked about the fact that so Taye had accused Peggy and her crew members of assaulting him on the movie set. For those that don't know that story, of course, you can check our previous episode of Relufe Buzz Zone to catch up fully. And of course, there are pictures now. There's not just there's enough evidence, basically more than enough evidence. There's CCTV footage of exactly what transpired between them. Now, Peggy, however, has presented a sharp, different narrative, and she's talked about she responded legally, right? It was a legal response, and she said that Taye's accusations were misleading and that they were false, and she talked about the fact that Taye had omitted critical parts of the story. But of course the video doesn't land. Trust the comment section. I don't really know how this is going to end for Peggy, but she's insisting no apology, no 100 million naira, and until investigations are complete before whatever it is that, happens or whatever is concluded after investigations is what, she's going to be moving on with. So for now, Peggy is saying that Taye assaulted the production manager first and then allegedly aborted a driver who was said to be bleeding from the hair and from the nose. But I personally, I'm not a fan of either Taye or Peggy, right? I'm not, choosing between the two of them, but I just feel like what we saw in the video is exactly what happened, regardless of whatever narrative that anyone is pushing. But of course, we'll watch the space and see what happens with that. In another story here, Jazzman Olofin has called out Adekunle Gold over the use of his song Raise the Roof, and he said he could have called him. Now let's get to the story. Veteran singer Jazzman Olofin calls out Adekunle Gold after spotting a rehearsal video of his classic hit Raise the Roof. And this is one veteran singer that was popular in the early 2000s, and he insisted that Adekunle Gold should have contacted before the performance preparation. Now, some people have praised Adekunle Gold, some people have defended Jazzman, asking for respect and all of that. And I think that if Adekunle Gold were in Jazzman's shoes, he'll do the same thing, right? And of course, even earlier, Adekunle Gold had shared a clip of rehearsing, with his live band ahead of the show in London, right? But I mean, there's been no official response from Adekunle Gold as to as to reaching out or not reaching out, right? But of course, Jazzman has put it out there that he has no problem whatsoever with the fact that Adekunle Gold was vibing to his song, but he would have, wanted like a heads up, which I think is proper thing to do with that. But of course, we'll see how that story pans out much later. Wizkid has said that he had no blueprint and that he built his own structure. Now let's get to this. Now, Wizkid has sparked controversy with his claim that he had no blueprint for his ascent into stardom. Now, this comment featured in his HBO documentary Long Live Lagos, right? And people have talked about the fact that Wizkid overlooked Banky W, and literally he overlooked his EME days, right? And I don't know if it's pride or I don't know if, but of course things didn't end well on that part. So people have talked about the fact that Wizkid's statement is literally just to undermine Banky W's influence in his music career. And Wizkid has also acknowledged the influence of Nigerian music icons such as late Fela Kuti, stating that Fela Kuti was very instrumental to why he believed, that he could really make music. But of course, so many comments here and there, people have accused Wizkid of being ungrateful, saying that he wouldn't be where he is without Banky W's support. And this is one thing that I beg to disagree when people say that, if this didn't happen, you will not be there. if it didn't happen that way, it would happen some other way. Like if it was meant to be, it would be. Do you understand? The fact remains, if you have money, you have money. Someone will help you one way or the other. If it's not this person, it's that person. It's just going to be somebody. You can't just rule out and say that, oh, if this person, I mean, he can't sing, right? And that's why he's in that space. Do you understand? It's not like luck just shined on him suddenly and, he just became famous for no reason. There's a reason why he's popular. There's a reason why his career is growing as well. So, I mean, we should not also discard talent. In another interesting story, now, Liquorose has said she wants 9 kids, right? And I don't know why anyone would want 9 kids in 2025. Even if you have all the money in the world, I don't know why anyone would say that, she wants 9 kids. Now, Rosaline Afija, popularly known as Liquorose, has set the entertainment scene buzzing one more time. And she talked about the fact in a podcast, right, with Vijay Adams. She talked about her personal life and a whole lot of that, and of course her career as well. And some of the things that she said in that interview, of course, have moved people to ask like a lot of questions. And she talked about her early vision of marriage, relationship, and a whole lot of that. And yeah, but she says there's a way that when you were much younger, you have like a certain way that you've envisioned life. She said growing up, she used to be that girl who could get married and nobody would know. But right now, she says she wants to pull up, like she wants to have a 14-day wedding. How does that even sound? Do you understand? You get, how do you want to get married in 14 days? What do you want to do on each day? But I feel like if you have the money, anything goes, literally. And of course, she says that she won't have like a lot of kids, which is a business, by the way. I feel like so far she's not coming to beg anybody for money, because people are dropping their comments as though it's your money that she's spending, it's your money that she's about to use to start a family. I feel like it's nobody's business. It's a personal life, really, whatever works for her. Now, there was another video that I saw yesterday that it just got me thinking, but these days, I don't even know what to believe, because you see a video, it feels like, a PR stunt, because I've never heard of that podcast up until I saw DSF on that podcast, right? So, it's Pull It Up right now. That's like, the tag. And this was a heated moment between Miss DSF and Midday Oni, right? Now, there was an interview. Of course, they were in a podcast. Midday Oni was interviewing DSF, and it's a show I've never even seen before. That was the very first episode I got to watch. And she had asked a question. And the question DSF wasn't comfortable with the question, obviously. And you as an interviewer claim that your guest made a statement on another interview or in another interview on another podcast that she said she didn't say it. And, you go and ask, are you fine? Are you okay? She seemed rude. And a lot of people are bashing DSF. I think that she just stood up for herself. There's a way that a lot of these celebrities have been put in situations where, or, literally put words in their mouths. A lot of things that they didn't say, they've had to own up to say, oh, I said it, because they probably cannot remember, or in that moment, they're trying not to be rude. Do you understand? And DSF is someone that she was very clear about what she said. And she was like, I can remember this conversation, but I cannot remember saying what you said. And this lady is saying, this is exactly how you put it. And she said, pull it up. Let me see the video. There was no video at the end of that interview. And it only means that she didn't say it, literally. Because if you're saying someone said something and you're going through your phone and you're like, oh, you can't really remember where it is, and you're trying to, I feel like if you're going to come correct, at someone, there should be evidence by the side, such that at the moment that DSF had asked, pull it up, you're supposed to just show her, like, oh, you said this. Do you understand? But I mean, and this is not the first. Talk about likes of other, journalists that just, really like to get heated and all of that, or like to get into arguments with your guests on their shows. I think it's just really messy, and it's against the ethics of the job, really. But in another story, Falz has also talked about, the kidnap. And one thing I'd like to say is, beyond I feel like everybody just wants to have like a say, things are happening just so that it's not as if I'm not going to give my 1 cent or 2 cents, and let me just, talk about it and a whole lot of that, because it's not like most of the celebrities care. But of course, some are more into that activism space and the whole of that, of course, which Falz is one of them. And he has talked about the fact that this is not enough, and he has urged Nigerians to ask questions right after the release of kidnapped victims, because it's also very important. And one thing that a particular head of state has said one time is any insurgents that last more than 24 hours, the government has a hand in it. So I don't know how people are being kidnapped today, released tomorrow, and what we keep hearing are figures, numbers. We really cannot see these things happening. Do you understand? Oh, the police have abducted some bandits here and there. We'd never see them. They never get interviewed. We never see them before. If people rob in a particular area or location, you literally see them on the news. The way you see in movies, they're seated and they are being interviewed and a whole lot of that. But I feel like in recent times, we haven't been seeing that. And on the other hand, they act like, the police is doing enough. Right. So Falz has asked, citizens to take actions and hold the leaders accountable. Literally, people were kidnapped in Kwara. They have been released, and allegedly another kidnap has happened again in Kwara, in a community close to the same community where they are going to kidnap people. And of course, Falz is frustrated, and he said that, the president announced that all the 38 people that were kidnapped in Kwara have regained their freedom, and also that 50 out of over 300 kidnapped in Niger have also returned home. We need to see these people. We need the families of those people to confirm these stories. These people have to tell us where they were, how they experienced. So, do you understand? So that, the stories would add up. Literally, I don't think that's too much to ask for. Davido, he celebrated his 33rd birthday, and of course, he has also announced the sixth studio album, right? And yes, birthday was on the 21st of November, and of course, it was celebrated by his wife. More importantly, Chama gave a very heartfelt, message. It was really beautiful. And of course, Davido said he dropped his first song when he was 17. I can't even really believe that, it's been such a long time. And up until now, his career is booming. He's doing so well for himself. Congratulations on the album, by the way, to Davido. And of course, belated happy birthday. That's about it on Gist Zone. All right, let's get to social media scoop. What is that one post that got like a lot of reactions on social media? And of course, this one already made it to the Gist Zone. Now, Big Brother Nigerian Liquorose has talked about the fact that she wants 9 children and a 14-day wedding. And of course, trust Nigerians to not mind their business as usual. And of course, be in the comment section. So let's get to the comments. Someone says God will grant your heart desires with an emoji that looks like this. It's a heart desire. So, God will grant it. Of course, people dropping rather laughing emojis. Someone says, I have 5. It's the best thing ever. I don't think that person is being sarcastic, to be very honest. Someone says, a choice of happiness, which I agree with, right? Another comment says, reality will set in after you don't born one. Many of us talk past this. But 9 children, really? Do you know what it means to pop out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 times? Someone says, I only want 4, but after 1, I'm reconsidering my decisions. Someone says, I love kids so much that I can birth till my sick. Why not birth till you are 90? Don't you think you want to be 90? Someone says it's not bad. 14 days wedding can be fun. It could be fun if you have the money, right? But you need to meet someone that also wants the same thing. If not, and you have to have money, right? It'll be fun. And 9 children, no bad if you not get money. So I wish no they bad not to just find a match. Another comment says, person way never buy land. They plan to build castle inside one plot. How do you know that she does not have the means? I don't understand. Are you a manager? Another comment says, the earlier you start, the better. To enable you to accomplish your mission before 2040. Hopefully, we'll go down rest from bandits to Wahala. I think she's just yapping, literally. She just wants to say something that would, make her be out there, because, she never even starts with one. She never even get husband. Until then, never say never. But that's about it on today's episode of Relufe Boss Zone. Now, like I always say, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, more importantly, subscribe. If this is your first time viewing this video, trust me, there are lots of amazing content that we have on Relufe TV in store for you. Just go back, go to YouTube. The playlist is there, a lot of videos, different contents to watch from. You're going to have fun scrolling through this page. My name is AY with the double O, and of course, I'll be doing this again on another episode of Relufe Boss Zone. Bye, guys.